So, good morning, hello everyone, and welcome back. Bit of a different thing this week. What we're going to do is show you everything that we've built on the farm so far. Not the house, but everything else that we've built and managed to achieve. Which we start on the front gate, because I need to open it anyway. We're also going to give you a quick breakdown of the cost of everything that we show you as well. That's the cost when we bought it, obviously time, price rises, etc. So yeah, we're going to do that as well. So here we are. The gates, I bought these second hand off Facebook Marketplace, I think. So these second hand cost me €80, and the guys actually delivered them just up the road in Alpedrina itself. I've yet to finish. The posts are quite thick steel tubes which are filled with concrete, and they're in the ground about 2 foot, about 600 mil, and this one's inside granite as well. That's it, gates. Next up is fencing. So we've put in, well, about 600 meters of fencing, as you can see. Some of it is, most of it is Malia-Sol, this stuff here, which is like lightweight mesh, weld mesh. And we've used all, on the outside perimeter fence, all metal posts. And they're all tied, the Malia-Sol is tied to the post with this stainless steel wire. So externally we've put in 600 meters of fencing. And that's a post every 3 meters or so. And look at this glorious rain. I better get in. Yeah, so when we bought this Malia-Sol and all the posts are just angle iron, 2 inch by 2 inch or 50 mil by 50 mil, 5 mil thick. And they were 6 meter long standard lengths, which I cut into 2 meter lengths. So each post is 2 meters long. So there's a lot in the ground as well. They cost us roughly €5 a piece, and the Malia-Sol cost us €85 for 100 meters. And I know now, I've bought some recently for some internal fencing. It's €185. It's gone up by €100. So all the internal fencing is mostly this stock fencing wire, this type of stuff. But we've stopped using that now, and we're using Malia-Sol again for the internal fencing. We've made a few gates and things. So in total, we've put up 600 meters of external, probably 400 meters of internal fencing. So in total, we've spent nearly €2,000 on fencing. I've made a few gates out of some of the angle iron, as you can see, and other bits and pieces we had lying around. So moving on, we have this, which was quickly erected carport. Yeah, it's just it was just somewhere to keep, so we could park the vehicles in shade. These sheets are the old sheets from the back of the house, the lean-to on the back of the house, so they didn't cost us anything. And there's a couple of poles hanging around here, look like old telegraph poles, so I've used them, and for uprights we have concreted in these 2x4 galvanized steel posts. Some of them I've had to weld to make them a bit longer, but yeah, so this basically cost us, so I'd say it cost less than €100 for the 4 posts. Everything else was scrounged here, so and obviously a new box of screws to screw everything down. So next up we have the pond. So this is 12 meters across. I think it's 8 meters this way, 12 meters this way, and it's 2.1 meters deep at the deepest point there. So the liner for that, I bought a 20 meter by 15 meter liner, which in the UK cost me €750. And then we probably spent €200 on plants, water lilies and a few other fancy flowering things. And so I'd say, you know, with sand cement for building this stonework here and everything, the ponds probably cost us about €1,000. And I need to get this drain pipe out of it now. Now it's all refilled, and I need to get new diffusers for the air pump. The air pump is just a big old heavy duty, I think, koi pond pump. That's all. The filtration is just done by air, and the water is crystal clear, although you can't see very well because it's black. the liner's black, so when the sun shines it's really clear. So yeah, we're hoping that these plants will continue to flourish around here and fill all this outside piece in, so you just have the middle bit, which is what you'd call a swim zone. And next up we have our front patio, which is made from Portuguese calçada. So yeah, it's 9 meters across, and we've got this mosaic that I did in the middle with all these little animals around the outside. You can see a scorpion and a bee and things, and a frog and all sorts of stuff, an ant. Yeah, so this here is all made up of, so it's a Cornish, it's a Celtic knot with 3-headed dragon incorporated in it, and still yet to be finished, still waiting for the delivery of calçada. And then the moon gate and all the surrounding walls, which still has to be finished in one big circle. You're laughing at me. Yeah. And I just found this little fella. Which is Iberian Racer, I do believe. But I'll find out and put it up on the screen. So this whole area and the mosaics and the moon gate, all the granite work, we've used stones that we found on the farm. This wall's nearly up to full height. This one needs a bit more work here, but all the granite stones didn't cost us anything. We just collected them from around the farm. So it's like I said, it's about 9 meters across from here to here, and yeah, it's quite nice. We're quite pleased with it. And we've got this steel framework above it, it's galvanized steel tubing. Yeah, so this tube work basically is a frame we put up so we can grow everything up it, here and here, like this jasmine and this passion flower and this goji berry. So we're going to grow them all up the tubes and into the center like this vine is doing, and that will give us some nice shade out here. But all told, with the metal tubes, which at the time a 6 meter length cost us €20, all told with the calçada that I got from a friend locally, so I got a good mate's rate on that, we're talking probably €1,000 for this patio and the framework and all the sand and cement for all the granite work. So there we go. And so on to the greenhouse. Angie's had to escort me because I'm not allowed in on my own.
No, he can't be trusted.
Yeah, so
yeah, the greenhouse, hopefully you all know that it was once our old pigsties here. We also utilised it as the chicken coop for a little while, until we had the mongoose attack, and then we said, right, that's it, greenhouse.
yeah.
Nick has cut down the old structure, so it's all, as you can see here, pretty much the old concrete or block, tijolo and block.
So I'll cut it off level here, as you can see, at a level platform to put the windows on. And
so,
the windows came from?
So base there, and then the windows we sourced from a couple of places, Facebook Marketplace, and also we were given some, like the door was from Tony and Nikki, thank you guys. That was their original front door on their property that they've got now. So, yeah, so a few odds and ends of windows, but the only new thing we bought was we bought some obviously new wood and the actual roof. Now this side of the roof we've kept as not see-through, solid panels. So that's up to here, and then the rest of it is opaque. About 450 euros worth. I'm not sure on the wood, Nick. What was that? Because we're always buying wood.
Yeah, I have no idea. So I'd say probably less than 100 euros.
Yeah, and problem is wood is pretty expensive at the moment. But yeah, as you can see as well, our IBC is nearly full. So the great thing about this is, again, you know, second-hand windows, but I've got complete controllability of opening and closing, so which is brilliant. Yeah, obviously we had to get got a load of blocks in. I mean, we're often getting in blocks so to do the raised beds, but blocks here are relatively cheap. A little bit of sand, cement, and yeah. So all in told, I suppose, give or take about €1,000 to get this to this stage.
So we also built this, was originally a chicken tractor and then turned into a turkey tractor, and it's most recently been used as a goat tractor. It's fully insulated inside. Hang on, let me open the door. Yeah, like I said, it's all fully insulated inside, so behind these sheets of galvanised are it's 50mm of insulation, and in the roof as well. A little bit of a leak there, I see. And the metalwork I found here, basically found everything here. The sheets of galvanised I found here, and the axles is of an ammunition carrying trolley, which I brought over from the UK. I bought them second hand in the UK, so I can't really give you a price on them because I can't remember. But the whole lot, because it's all scrounged materials, I don't know, I don't think it even cost us €100 because there's a sheet of ply in the floor. That's something else we've made. We've obviously got the VEGEGAR raised bed here that we showed putting together and stuff, which is excellent, really good, nice little thing that. But we've also made our own raised beds out of the old roof tiles and just a bit of work. Concrete some of them in, etc, etc. So we got a bed there we made. We got a bed here that we made, which you can't see now because the passion flower's taking over the world. And a little bed here that we made. To be continued, because I've got to make a bed around this vine and also one around the strawberry guava. So onto the chicken coop, which we've clad in timber to keep it cooler, so there's a 50mm gap, air gap. So it's nice and cool inside. So again, we've reused the clay tiles from the house, and I've bought these steel beams for them to sit on, and some proper cross bracing as well. So the roof, you're talking about probably €100 worth of steel and brackets and things. And the block work in here, there are about 220 blocks in this. The window is scrounged from our neighbour, so that was free. and 220 blocks at around about 85 cents each. So that would have cost this amount. Can't work it out in my head in a minute. And the cladding for the outside. Sorry to disturb you, madam. Cladding for the outside, so we bought a big bundle of this stuff, a big bundle for 50 euros, and this is about, I'd say, 25 euros worth. We used about half of it. So there we go. And so on to the 2-story, still work in progress goat pig house. So we have area for pigs down here in the winter, really, or the summer, depending on where we need to put them, etc. But so that here, and then we have the goat palace on top. Yeah, you enjoying that, guys? So the framework from the metal here, and for the roof we scrounged off our friends Greg and Armando. The galvanised sheets come from here. The old door we're using temporarily there come from Tony and Nikki, so thanks to everyone who's kindly donated stuff. So let's go work this out. So yeah, there's roughly 200 blocks in this building at 85 cents each. That's roughly what, 170 euros for the block work. Yeah, then you got a bit of sand and cement on top of that, so this whole building's probably cost us probably around about 200 euros, so they're doing really well on this, because their foundations, it's on a big solid lump of granite, as you can see. Yeah, so really, oh, and the concrete beams that we made the roof from, yeah, as you can see there, they were here on site anyway, so they cost us nothing. What is he doing? I think I'm going to start heading in. It's looking a little stormy, to say the least. It's raining over there. I don't know if you can see it. So if we can hear over the noise of the pigs, this is the unfinished raised bed. Hey, that's enough. This is the unfinished raised bed and compost area. Eventually I think I'll end up using about 300 blocks in this one, and about this one is about 60 blocks. So, hey, please. Sorry about the noise of the pigs. Yeah, so like I said, this one's about 60 blocks. So, but growing stuff very well, as you can see. This tomato's had a bit of a fail. So all told, I think you could allow, say, if it's 300 blocks, 300 euros. Time you get sand and cement as well. So yeah, not a bad price for this. This will end up being 25 meters. Sorry, please. 24 meters of meter wide growing area, basically. Coruscant de boy, tomatoes. So the pig houses are just pallets, are made up of pallets and old stuff we had lying around. They're perfectly dry and waterproof. As you can see, this one's a As you can see, this one's a pallet, and I've got to go because the pigs think it's feed time. I've also built all these galvanised raised beds and the raised bed there for the strawberries, but that costs nothing apart from a bit of labour. So all these prices I've been quoting you, what things have cost us, it's obviously without labour, because for me that's free. So I've just picked these up from the middle of the driveway. So we have a little bit of rain and the puffball mushrooms start coming out. Amazing. So in the middle of the week, we helped some friends of ours who moved over to Portugal from South Africa with 4 of these containers, all full, and 2 of them had to be emptied out as the lorry was waiting to put them back on to take them back because they only rented the 2 of them. So yeah, we spent a nice, lovely day unloading lots of stuff from these containers. But yeah, really enjoyable day actually. So Andrew is off on the Glide to the Patio de Picadero in Alpedrinha for an art exhibition that's going on at the minute. She's just going to help out.
Yeah.
Not showing off any of her art, just helping out. So. So that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you understood anything that I was saying and going on about. But give you a rough idea of what we paid for it and what it's going to cost you. Some stuff is a little bit more expensive, some stuff...
Wood especially.
Especially wood, so wood and fencing materials seem to have gone up crazy.
Yeah.
In fact, most building materials. Right, don't forget, hit that like button. Yeah, really important to us to get lots of likes and share the video around with everyone you know.
And subscribe.
And don't forget to subscribe as well. So, we need a like, bing. We need a subscribe, bing. And ring that little notification bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
Brilliant, guys. See you in the next one.
Thank you. Bye.
So the vet has just been and dewormed all the goats. I didn't film it. We had to, you know, catch them and hold them. You can't do everything at once, but they've all got this funny taste in their mouth now, so they don't like that. He said they're all looking in fine condition, and he said that Biscuit, Brigitte, may be pregnant, but probably not. He said she might just be a hormonal thing. He didn't suggest doing anything. He said she'll be fine, she'll work it out herself. So yeah, and he said she looks in very good condition, so he hasn't got any, there's nothing wrong with her. It's just the looking pregnant thing. So yeah, I had to refix up the milking stand here so we could use it. Had to screw a few things back together because they guys just tend to push it around everywhere, don't we? Eh? Yeah, all good. Okay, so while the sun is still shining, I'll come and show you what we're doing down here. Big noisy pigs. What are we doing? So what we've done is moved the 2 piglets in here in the same area as these guys, but at the moment they're separated with a little electric fence here, just so they get associated with each other again, because they were next to each other once. So a couple of days, and we think they're big enough now not to go through this size fencing. So okay. Yep. So a couple of days' time, I'll be taking that fence down, and they'll all be in together. See how they get on.